Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel in the 411. Today, I am Agista Nurkamila Putri, and of course, I'm not lonely in here. So, today I have a special guest. This is my best friend. He's kind, have a truly heart, and the important thing is, we have a same hobby. So, guess what? What our hobby? Right, our hobby is watching K-drama. Ladies and gentlemen, so it doesn't take much to know her. Please welcome my best friend, Firdza Nurhilmi.
Hey everyone.
Hello, Firdza.
Hello.
Welcome to my channel in the 411.
Yes. Thanks for inviting me. It's such an honor for me to be a part of your podcast.
I know you flatter me. I also thank you for taking the time to film my podcast today. And anyway, how are you today, Firdza? You good?
It's my it's my pleasure. And yes, I'm good. Thank you. How about you?
I'm totally fine today. Alhamdulillah. Glad to see you again, ya Firdza. But where are you, Firdza?
Now, I am in my hometown in Tasikmalaya.
Oh, really?
Yes, I came to my hometown to celebrate the Eid al-Fitr.
Wow, it sounds good.
Did you celebrate Eid al-Fitr in your hometown too, Agista?
Of course, I did. I will celebrate Eid al-Fitr in my hometown too, in Cianjur. By the way, I'm interested with your hometown. I think I have some question about your hometown.
Indeed. If so, please ask. I'll be happy to answer.
Okay, first question, how long have you lived there?
Hmm. I live here since I was born until now, yes, but when I was in college, I lived out of town.
Oh, that's awesome. So you lived there since you were born? And is there a significant difference from the hometown you live in?
Of course, a lot of changes have occurred following the times. I heard that you live in Cianjur since you were born too. It is real?
Yeah, that's right. I live in Cianjur since I was born, and here a lot of change too.
Ah, it's true that it feels impossible if the hometown doesn't change even just a little.
Mm.
Can you tell me what is famous from Cianjur, your hometown?
I think which is famous in Cianjur because of the food called tauco, and then the on highway, a tauco monument was made. And yes, tauco is also one of the Cianjur's iconic.
Wow, I know that Taucho is one of the icons of Cianjur, but I just found out that until the monument was made, the Taucho was very extraordinary. If in my hometown, Tasikmalaya is famous for its dragon village and also, of course, with its handicrafts.
Yes, I've heard that it's so famous, and that its handicraft are often sent overseas, right?
Yes, that's right. Maybe I'll give some to you if you want.
Of course, I won't gladly. Oh yes, you said earlier that you lived in your hometown since born. And if you could stay that long in your hometown, so what things made you like it?
Oh, I like this hometown because of course culinary and many unique handicrafts and also the temperature here is neither hot nor cold. I like it. And do you like your hometown too, Agista?
Yes, I think I love living in Cianjur. And what I love living in Cianjur is its friendly population. And maybe if you ask a stranger in here in Cianjur, ask where's Agista's house. And if that person know, maybe they will be delivered directly to my house as your guide. And but there's one thing that I don't like doing here. It's like there are mostly public transportation routes, even though the city center is small. And on the highway, there are very big trees for shelter. So I used to always like to walk alone here because walking also feels comfortable, feels refreshing for me, but not anymore because if you walk there, it's no place to take shelter. It's hot. And you, Firdza, do you like walking around in the city park of your hometown?
Mm, I rarely go for walks in city parks, maybe because I'm too lazy to do it. And I also don't like my hometown because I've lived here too long. I'm familiar with many things and it might feel boring.
Oh, yes. I know you need something new, right? But in Tasikmalaya, is there a place to play with family or friends, like a mall or maybe natural tourist spot?
Oh, of course, there are lots of tourist attractions in Tasikmalaya, such as Galunggung, where you can climb as well as bathe in hot water. Then there are lots of waterfalls. Here and there is also a tourist place called Karangsik. Many people say the atmosphere is like in Lembang.
Wow, that's incredible. And in Cianjur, there are many famous natural attractions too, such as Gunung Gede Pangrango National Park, Gunung Gede, Cikundang Waterfall, Ciismon Waterfall, and many more.
Ah, I know. Mangide and Pangrango are the second and third highest mountain in West Java. But mountains are famous for the good beauty and challenging treks. So I wanted to climb here. But unfortunately, because the place is too far and it is difficult to match the empty schedule with other friends, then my plan to climb there has not been fulfilled.
Indeed, honestly, I also have never trekking to Gunung Gede, and I see some of my friends post in their social media that was there, and it was very beautiful and very amazing. So maybe another time we can trekking together, yeah, Firza?
Of course, I really want it. We should try climbing those two mountains at least once, especially now that there's a place to stay for a while.
Okay, by the way, right now is the month of Ramadan Karim, and in Tasikmalaya, there are a tradition or custom or habits that can only be found during of month of Ramadan or not.
Hmm, I think there might be some traditions that are the same as in other cities such as Munggahan or the tradition of waking other up sour by walking around the village. And also, I've heard that there is a tradition of kramas, usually held one day before the entry of the holy month of Ramadan and carried off in congregation at the river or pilgrimage to the cemetery. Nothing so special or absolutely the wall city should carry out of this tradition because sometimes it's depend on where what their family believes. That's why they do.
Okay, I see. And in my hometown, we did that too actually. But it looks like something like that will continue to exist. Yeah, because it has become a characteristic of the month of Ramadan. And in the month of Ramadan like this, it's usually crowded in the city center or in the square. And is it in the Tasikmalaya every month of Ramadan, the square is also crowded with people who do to ngabuburit, hanging out like that or not.
Hmm. Very crowded, especially around the time before Maghrib, because there are so many trades lined up there. Usually, people buy food for iftar. In addition, because the Great Tasikmalaya Mosque is close to the square, many people break their fast and pray Maghrib there. The Great Mosque of Tasikmalaya is the biggest mosque in the city. And I also think the mosque is very good. Sometimes people who come to this city usually stop by there.
All right. And coincidentally, the Cianjur town, my hometown square mosque is also very nice and spacious too. Moreover, it has just been renovated, so it does have a very large yard and right, and so it's so famous right now.
Oh yes, it's really amazing. How about in the prayer?
In prayer are performed in the main courtyard of the square, and it's so beautiful when the citizens gather to celebrate it together in there.
Hmm. Oh yes, in Tasikmalaya, we did that too. Most of the people who pray it in the mosque square are immigrants from out of town.
Right, and after prayer, we definitely stay in touch. Go to family or open house. Well, it's definitely a lot of food, right? And do you know that ulen and ulkutuk are typical Fitri foods in Cianjur? And ulen is a food made from glutinous rice mixed with coconut, and ulkutuk is a friend of ulen, just like potato sauce. But at my house, there are a lot of toppings. So maybe in Tasikmalaya, is there a food like that, or what is the typical eat food from Tasikmalaya?
Mm, I don't I don't think there's any special eat food in my city. We usually eat typical eat foods such as ketupat, chicken opor, and others.
Oh, okay. I think your city also has a specialist, but after eight, you will go to Bandung again for college.
Yeah, that's right. Because I heard the news that lecture will be held offline and no longer online.
Yes, I heard that too. And if you go to Bandung again, what do you miss most about your hometown when you are in another city?
Mm, of course, what I miss most when I'm in another city is family, the best place to come home to.
Okay, same with me. What I miss the most also is my family first, especially my mom and my dad. And anyway, we were so busy chatting until I didn't ask you. Have you been to Cianjur before?
Of course, I did. At the time, my family and I visited Little Venice and also Taman Bunga.
Oh, I see. Little Venice is and Taman Bunga Nusantara is really the famous place in Cianjur. So Little Venice is recreational park that used the concept of an Italian city, right? And the gondola is the Little Venice iconic. And also Taman Bunga Nusantara is so beautiful. There isn't it? And there are also many tourists from abroad. And I am very glad to hear that you will have visit Cianjur and going to the famous place in here.
Yes, Little Venice uses the concept of an Italian city where there is a lot of water on the housing, while there I rode the gondola too. And of course, the park is very beautiful. There is a magic there, are also planes shaped like dinosaurs. Eh, and yes, have you ever visited my hometown, Tasikmalaya? Or is there something you remember the most from my hometown?
Actually, I've been to the lake more than once, but unfortunately only stopped by. So I am very interested in going to your hometown. Maybe later you can take me around the lake. Okay, Fir?
I'd be happy to take you around the lake. Or even we could take a fiddleback boat, but usually there's a boat there to if you're too edgy to fiddle.
Okay. I think we've talked a lot about our hometown, and but if you just say it, it doesn't feel right. And I hope as soon as possible I can go there for vacation and ask you, my friend Firdza, to be my tour guide there.
Come on, let's just see the schedule. But I also asked Agista to be a tour guide in your hometown, okay?
Yes, it's my pleasure, and I will do that too. So, last but not least, thank you so much for Firdza for accepting my invitation and you feel my podcast today. It's such as amazing. And I hope you will be here in my podcast again later.
I also thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be on my best friend podcast. Whenever you ask me to come back, I will clear my schedule.
My pleasure. And I hope you are always happy and healthy. And happy fasting, Firdza and family.
Thank you. Don't forget to my best friend who have invited me to attend this podcast and also loyal listeners of the YouTube channel, the 411. May you always be happy, healthy, and also smooth in carrying out fasting worship. Fighting.
Okay, so this is time to say goodbye to everyone. And thank you for watching this video. And I hope you guys can get the information about our hometown in Cianjur and in Tasikmalaya. So also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. See you on my next podcast.
Bye everyone. Thank you.